Zamir White has made the decision for himself that he's going to go to the NFL draft, something that I think everybody saw coming. Steen Leggy going to talk about Zamir for a little bit here and the ramifications of his decision to go ahead and go to the league. This is something that's totally expected, and something that Zamir has worked towards for a long time. I've got a lot of Zamir stories. I'm going to try to get through them here as we talk. The big thing about Zamir is all the stuff that he has overcome and continues to overcome. A lot of people talk about overcoming stuff, and Zamir, you can see what he's had to overcome and what he deals with, generally speaking. So I think, when I spent time with Zamir in Laurinburg, where he grew up, um, he was an extremely determined person that wanted to better his life. And the people in Laurinburg were extremely hopeful that he would have the kind of college career that he turned out to have. Um, Obviously, the cleft palate is one thing. That's something that will never go away for Zamir. I cannot imagine the torture that his mother went through during his upbringing. Uh, and on the field, Zamir, with the injuries, the back-to-back ACLs, Zamir White was the most talented football player that I ever have seen play high school football, period. And I've seen a lot of guys. So AJ Green, Aaron, uh, you know, just stars. Eric Berry, um, Cam Hayward, who's played in the league forever. Zamir White was the best, and in a way, it wasn't close. He never, life has not been fair to Zamir in many ways, and life's not fair. You're not guaranteed anything in life, certainly not fairness. But he had that taken away from him because of the ACL injuries. And we never saw the guy I saw zipping around at Scotland when they played Jordan Davis and Mallard Creek that night. That was looking back on it, that was kind of one of the most surreal things ever. I watched those two North Carolina natives play in rural North Carolina, and 5 years later, I'd see the two of them on the stage in Indianapolis. It's a strange story. We've got a lot of stories to tell. I want to make sure too that y'all are taking advantage of getting Dogstruction down below here. The book is coming along great. It's going to ship out in late February. You're not going to want to miss this. This is a collector's edition commemorative hardcover book. You do not want to miss this book, okay? You do not want to miss this book. In the time that Zamir was at Georgia, we saw them knock on the door of a national championship, and then we finally saw them break through and do it. And much like his personality, Zamir's play at times was quiet, but then, boy, all of a sudden at the end of games, you were in real trouble if Zamir White had the ball and he was knocking on your door. He ended this season with 11 touchdowns again, and between him and James Cook, that duo is one of the best duos in Georgia history. And there's been some really good ones. I don't think it's the best, but it's one of the best. And it's the only running back duo that's ever delivered a national championship. I mean, Nick and Sony came within a play of doing that. These guys managed to do it with the help of their friends. Um, yeah, I love Zamir. I've been an admirer of Zamir for a long time, since I met him. And people told me he's not going to talk to media, and I understand that stuff. Um, and when we finally we did, we had photo shoot to do and stuff like that, and I never um, I don't know if I even quoted Zamir, but everyone in Laurinburg, which is a town in rural North Carolina, not so far from where I went to undergrad and played in college, it's a town that's, seen better days. And, a lot of guys, when you meet them and they're in high school, they, Zamir didn't talk about playing in the NFL. When, and we talked, I don't know, for a while. And whenever I'd see him on campus at Georgia, he would always say, hello. Um, but what I'm trying to get across here is this is a guy who is genuinely genuine. And you know, Zamir likes cars. Zamir likes fashion. Has always liked fashion. But I wonder what Monday night was like for him, and I wonder what the run up from December to January 10th was like for Zamir. And I know that he desperately wanted to win for Georgia, and he wanted to win for himself, I'm sure. But Zamir and James being so quiet or reserved, I should say, even in their celebrations, um, there's not going to be a duo like them again at Georgia. Nick was very quiet. Um, in many ways, Herschel was very quiet, reluctant to talk. Um, Zamir Zamir is a jewel that this program won't see for a long time. The the human struggle that he went through to get here, the athletic struggle that he went through to deliver people who are watching this a national championship. You probably don't win the national championship without Zamir White. And I don't think I'm just saying that. He was a critical part of this national championship season, the game that Georgia played. I mean, look, he ended the game as Georgia's leading rusher in carries and in yards. He had 13 carries for 84 yards. Y'all, he put 6.5 yards a carry on Alabama. He wore them out the last 20 minutes of that game. You know what I'm talking about. His career at Georgia, 382 yards, excuse me, 382 runs, 2,043 yards, 25 touchdowns. We always love running backs. I mean, you're going to take the pressure of being a running back at Georgia. Zamir never got in. We never heard a single thing about Zamir getting in trouble. He graduated. You saw the patch on him when he played Monday night. Uh, I can just he has been an exceptional addition to the community that has the University of Georgia, and now he has everything in front of him. I don't know how long his career in the NFL will be. I know he would like. I don't know. I shouldn't speak for him, but everybody in Laurinburg is cheering for him, and he has a special place in their heart for sure. He would go do work around town just to get pocket change basically. This guy is not like a lot of guys that played at Georgia through the years, and he's had a real struggle and fight to get here, and I hope that his future will be as successful as his last sort of 6 years have been because he's got it in him to be great. But there's always life after football, and that's what I want to know what happens with Zamir. He's going to be successful at football. He already is. I want to know how he can change the life of people he cares about in Laurinburg and beyond. If you've never been in Laurinburg, I mean, I have many times. So we played there, and it's not the end of the earth, but it's like a lot of southern towns where they've seen better days, and folks in South Georgia know what I'm talking about. It's you know when you have someone from that town represent you from your town, and it's that way representing you, it's special. And everybody in Laurinburg was worried for Zamir. I mean, they were worried. There's nothing bigger um, in Laurinburg or in Scotland County than when Scotland plays football on a Friday night. I'm telling you, there's nothing bigger than that. It was insane. And when the Scots go on the field, um, that's something to see, and they take it deadly serious. I mean, it's the real deal. And Zamir is the manifestation of all those decades and years of caring about football. But Georgia people care about Zamir too, that's for sure. Now he's off to the NFL. I wish him luck. I know he'll do well, and I know he's got a bright future in front of him. We'll see you on the other side. Take advantage of the book.